Say you want a VW Golf GTI, or a Jaguar XFR, or even a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, but you'd like to turn their performance all the way up to 11. Well, that's why you can get a Golf GTI Performance Pack, a Jaguar XFR S, and even a Porsche Cayenne Turbo S. However, are these highly tuned models really worth the extra cash? To find out, I'm going to be comparing them on track with their standard versions. In this video, we have the Porsche Cayenne Turbo against the Cayenne Turbo S. The normal Porsche Cayenne Turbo has a 4.8 litre V8 with 493 brake horsepower and 700 Nm of torque. It can hit 62 miles per hour in just 4.7 seconds and goes on to an electronically limited top speed of 155 miles per hour. It costs £89,324. The Cayenne Turbo S costs £20,460 more, but for that you get an extra 49 brake horsepower and 50 Nm of extra torque. The 0 to 62 time falls by 0.3 of a second and top speed increases to 175 miles per hour. But more importantly, the S gets extra goodies in the shape of active torque vectoring and clever active anti-roll control system. But does all this make the standard Cayenne Turbo feel somewhat lacking when you take it onto the rather alien environment of a racetrack?
We've got the car with the gearbox, Tiptronic gearbox in the sport setting, using the paddles. Third gear into this first corner. The first thing you notice is that for a big heavy car that weighs over 2 tonnes, there's a remarkably little roll, and you can feel the car just wriggling and working at keeping itself planted to the road. This car hasn't got the active anti-roll bar system, hasn't got the torque vectoring system, and hasn't got ceramic brakes, so it's a pretty standard turbo in terms of its dynamic setup. But even then, it's pretty accomplished for a big car. I mean, it doesn't feel massively quick on a track, but then tracks do sap away performance, if that makes sense. It probably feels quite fast on the road. Brakes are quite strong. The body control's really good for a big SUV. It's a nice natural feeling to the steering for a car of this size. And really, it's quite a simple car to drive on the track. You just really have to brake in a straight line, get it turned in, and then just manage the weight and get on the throttle. It's not a hard car to drive quickly. There isn't really much you can do to drag more performance out of it. It's very stable through that high-speed SE. So hard on the brakes. Feel the weight coming in there. The brake pedal's going a little soft after a lap. And we come to the last corner. Let's really turn in and then just balance it. It's quite an easy, straightforward car to drive, but what lap time have we got? And across the line.
The Cayenne Turbo completed a flying lap in 1 minute 14.1 seconds. But can the Cayenne Turbo S go any quicker?
So if you want the ultimate in Porsche SUV, you need this car, the Turbo S. So it's got extra power, and you can feel that straight away, but it's not just the extra power. This car comes as standard with Porsche's PTV torque vectoring system, and it also has an active anti-roll bar system, which tightens body roll even more. And you can feel that straight away, actually, in the first couple of corners, because you've got quite a lot of change of direction there, and you can feel that those active anti-roll bars are just tying the body control down just that little bit better than the standard car. In terms of the power, you can feel it, but it's not night and day difference, but it does feel a bit quicker. Traction's good as well. That torque vectoring, it just, for a big car, it's just quite amazing how this car defeats physics on the circuit. There's no finesse to it. It's not, but it's just a case of it just turns in and grips and goes so much better than you would imagine a car of this height and weight and size would do. And through here, again, that does feel better than the standard car with that vectoring of the torque and just roll bars as well through this high-speed S. Yeah, it's tauter through here with those roll bar system. Just feels a bit sharp, a bit tauter. Not a lot in it with the brakes, although this car has got the ceramic brakes, a little bit more fade resistant. Coming around the last 2 corners. Big car, but it's really quick and quite well sorted across the line.
In the end, the Cayenne Turbo S was 0.4 of a second faster around the test track. So is it worth the extra money? Well, you can definitely feel the active roll control system working, but you can fit this as an option to the standard turbo. And for most people, the standard turbo is more than fast enough for a large SUV.